We are doing 30 minutes of live side split stretching starting right now. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, and to make a little bit of progress towards our side split goals. If you're only interested in a little bit more mobility in the lower body, you're still in the right place because we are doing a lot of stretches that eventually lead to the side splits, and you're not going to get there overnight. I promise, because I've done this like 270 plus days at this point. All right, let's get started. We're going to do 3 rounds of warm-up exercises, and then we're going to do 5 sets of stretches. All right. The first warm-up exercise is called the hip car. CAR stands for controlled articulated rotation. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to move our legs through a full range of motion in relation to the hip. All right. What that looks like for reals is you're going to lift the knee as high as possible. It's not going to be as high as if you just pulled on the knee, but we're trying to get those muscles to work as hard as possible. So we're going to lift our knee as high as we can with our muscle power. We're going to open up that hip, point the knee directly out to the left or the right, depending on how you're doing this. Rotate that leg so that the knee is pointing forward and your foot is going backwards. And to show you a side angle, it looks a little bit like this. Really feel the intense contraction here at the hip. Lift that leg up and lift that leg up and bring the knee down. All right. When you bring it down, I know it looked like it was super casual the way I just did it, but what I want you to do is really focus on contracting that hamstring, contracting that glute, pulling the leg back, feeling a little bit of a stretch in that hip flexor in the front of your hip. All right. Then we're going to do that rotation and do that 10 times. All right. Let's go. 10 times. Here's number 1. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. That's 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I'm off balance. Wow. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Got a question here. Hello, Asya. And we got a lot of likes on the other live. Cool. Woo! All right, we did hip cars on one side. Let's switch to the other side. Asya, since you're just joining in, what we're doing is called hip cars, and we're going to get our leg through the full range of motion on each of our legs. And it looks like this. We're going to lift our knee as high as it can go. Then we're going to open the hip so that the knee points directly to the left or right as much as possible. Then we're going to rotate that leg so the knee is forward and the ankle is back. Try to use this muscle, lift as high as you can, then bring the leg down and back. Down and back means contraction in the hamstrings, contraction in the glutes. Feel the stretch in the hip flexor, and that's 1 rep. All right, we're going to do that 10 times. Let's go. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. 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 I have lost track of how many we've done, but this leg got tired. So I'm gonna shake that up, and then let's keep going. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. I'm gonna just do one more and call it, because for some reason my right leg is super tired today. I don't know what's going on. All right. Take a break, relax for a second, shake those hips out. Maybe that will solve my leg issue. We're going to go and do that in reverse. So instead of starting with high knee, we're going to end with the high knee. And instead of ending with the leg back, we're going to start with leg back. All right. So let's go in reverse, and I'll walk it through same as before. Leg back by flexing the hamstrings and the glutes. Extend the leg out like you're about to kick somebody. Rotate the leg so that the ankle is down. Oh, wow, I'm super off balance today. Oh, I did a leg workout earlier today. I didn't think it would impact my balance so much. High knee. That is 1 loop. I'm going to do that again because I was swaying all over the place and talking about other things. Let's do that again. Leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes. Open up to the side, lift. Feel that intense contraction here in the hip. Rotate the leg so that the ankle is down. bring the knee forward. All right, that's 1 rep. Let's go. 10 more. 2, back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Come in, check the comments real quick. Got a couple of people liking the live. I appreciate the like. I don't know what to put VR. And welcome. All right. We just did the reverse hip car on the right side. Let's do it on the left side, or whatever side makes sense for you. Let's go. Back, side, ankle, knee. 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 Couple more. And I'm much stronger on this right leg with my balance. All right, that is the hip cars. We are done with that. I hope you're feeling a bit warmed up. I'm definitely starting to break a sweat. We're going for exercise number 2 of our warm-up. We're doing the elephant walk. It looks a little bit like this. We're going to stand up straight, fold at the hips, and get into this L shape. All right. What makes an elephant walk a little bit different from a regular hamstring stretch is we're going to bend one knee. We're going to put a lot of weight into our opposite hip. All right, so it's going to look like that. And then we're going to try and bring our chest and our belly button down as low as we can. Remember to breathe. And then switch to the other side. Okay. Oh, man. My left hamstring is way tight. Same thing. Take a couple of deep breaths here. All right. Now we're going to keep switching back and forth and keep going. When you're ready for something a little bit more difficult, I'm going to introduce you to the next variation. Okay? From here, I want you to get into this right leg is straight, left leg is bent. I want you to open your chest up with your arm on the right leg. So left arm is on the right leg to help you open. Point your hand up into the air. So this is my right hand pointing into the air. And I'm going to look at that hand. I'm going to see where it's pointing to. I'm going to try and reach further back next time. Let's go back down into this position. Switch, extend the left leg. The right leg is bent. Grab the left leg with your right hand. Twist. Open up your chest to the left. Point your left hand up into the air. Look at that spot and try to get further next time. All right? Same thing. Let's repeat. All right. This is the right side. And this is the left side. If any of that was unclear, let me know in the chat. And I'll rotate this way so you can see what I'm talking about. Bending the left knee, straightening the right leg. Grab the right leg with my left arm. Opening up the chest to the right. Lift the right arm into the air. And down. Left leg is straight. Right arm grabs the left leg. Left chest opens to the left. Left arm goes up. Look at that left arm. Whew. Adding that gives a little bit of rotation in the thoracic spine. Helps you stay mobile and young. If you play a sport like baseball, or maybe you kick people for fun, a lot of that twisting and rotation is very useful to keep practicing. If you drive a car, when you're driving, you need to look back in the mirror or check your blind spot. Those are all different ways to use that thoracic rotation. Whew! All right, let's just do a couple more. And you can focus on just the basic elephant walk and feel that hamstring stretch. Or you can add in the twist and get that extra little bit of rotation while you're in this low, deep stretch position. And that's it. We are done with elephant walks. Let's move on to stretch number 3. And by stretch, I mean warm-up number 3. We are doing the Cossack switch. I'm checking the chat real quick. Yeah, definitely not easy. They FW Trey 43. I'm sorry you're not doing that. Jitendra, official gym. Hello, hello, welcome. Sophia, welcome. All right, let's keep going. Third warm-up exercise is the Cossack switch. It looks a bit like this. We're gonna open up our legs nice and wide. Excuse me, dear sneeze. Whoa. I must be allergic to the phones because I just came back from the phone and all of a sudden started sneezing. Whew. All right, what we're gonna do from here is we're gonna try and put all of our weight down to one side and hang out. The main thing I want you to keep track of is where your knees and your toes are. I want your knees to be over your toes in this plane. All right, don't want your knees to dip over here or to dip out over there. Try to keep them right above. It is a stronger and easier position for you to be in, typically. All right, from here, I want you to sink into the hip as much as possible. Maybe push that knee forward and feel that stretch in the Achilles. If your knee is a little achy, you can always come back and put less pressure into the knee. And then what I want you to focus on is experimenting with different leg positioning. Maybe your feet are pointing right ahead, maybe they're pointing at 25 or 45 or maybe even 90. Experiment, figure out what's comfortable for you, and get into that position, hang out here for a little bit. Especially on the first rep, I like to spend a little bit of time just waiting out some of that tension, getting used to a position. Notice on this leg, what I'm doing is my heel is down and my toes, knees, and quads are pointing up. This is important because at the end when we do side splits, we're going to be doing this position. I'm pointing it out now. Don't know how many of you will still be on by the end, but I'm pointing it out and I'm doing my homework. All right, cool. Let's move over to the other side. What that looks like is I want you to make sure your toes and your heel is pointed in the leg that's holding all that weight. I want you to extend that leg just a little bit so that your butt is a little bit higher off the ground. Then I want you to bend this leg and transition all that body weight over to this side. If this is really hard for you, you can put your hands down. Give yourself a little bit of support. This doesn't have to, it should be a little bit challenging, but it doesn't have to be super hard. Same thing, feel that stretch in the Achilles and the calf here. Try to keep the knees over the toes. Feel the weight in your hips, and we'll just hang out here for another couple of seconds, and then we'll start picking up the pace a little bit. All right? Again, notice the heel is down. Your toes don't have to point straight up into the sky. If they're at 45, they're a little bit not perfectly up. That's fine. But experiment. Try and see if you can rotate that leg more. Maybe you can turn the leg until it points all the way back there. Play with it. Enjoy your body. This is what we're doing, right? We're trying to figure out how to move our body better, and one of the ways to do that is to figure out what it can do and what it can't do, and then make a little bit of progress in the direction of can't do by turning it into can do. All right, I'm rambling. All right, lift that butt up just a little bit. Scooch over to the other side, hang out there, and come back. We're gonna really start picking up the pace. Now, side to side, and 3, and 4, and 5. All right, we're just doing 5 of those. Come on out, skip around, shake those legs out. We're about to get into our 5 main stretches. The first one is a hamstring stretch. Shake out those legs. I'm gonna come over and check the chat real quick just to see if I'm missing anything. Foxy Roxy says, I definitely feel like I am better at some of these moves now compared to when I started months ago. That is good. That is moving in the right direction. Okay. Whew. Where are we at? Let's do the first stretch. We're doing a hamstring stretch. The way I like to set up this hamstring stretch is really good for beginners, and I like to point it out because I think it helps you feel the most intense stretch, and then you can aim to get that intense of a stretch in any other format of a hamstring stretch, right? Because a lot of people do hamstring stretches and they don't actually feel the hamstring when they're doing it, and they just think that's normal and that's how a hamstring stretch is. But that just probably means they're not doing it quite right for their body, and I'm going to show you how to set up so you have the right feeling. All right, so let's start by standing up straight. Take a big step forward with the leg you want to stretch. Then I want you to fold at the hips and bring your butt back. I want you to try as hard as you can to get your upper body to be horizontal. Really let gravity pull you down. Take a couple of deep breaths here. I'm totally way off center in the camera, my bad. And from here, you should really feel a stretch in that hamstring, okay? I want you to try and straighten the back. Maybe even bring the arms up above your head and take a couple of more deep breaths. Relax, let the air out, and see if you can sink deeper into that stretch. Imagine touching your belly button to your thigh, all right? Now, you feel that hamstring stretch? That is the feeling I want you to aim for whenever you do a hamstring stretch. This sensation, this tingly sensation is what we're fighting for, all right? If you don't want to keep hanging out here because it's off balance, you're uncomfortable, you can try putting your knee down. This brings everything lower to the ground, so it's a little safer. And sticking that leg out in front of you like we took that big step earlier. From here, I want you to find that same amount of stretch, or as close to it as possible, from the thing that we were just doing, all right? And now that we are feeling that really intense stretch, take 2 more breaths. Really fold that belly button down to the leg. And we're going to do this for 30 seconds. We're going to try to bring our belly button down as low to the ground as possible. Ready? Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, man. Oh, my hamstrings are dead. All right. Let's get up out of that and switch to the other side. You don't actually have to get up. You can just switch to the other side. I don't know why I got up. What a waste of energy. Okay. Same thing. If you felt like that was the craziest hamstring stretch you've ever done, I want you to do the homework. Let's stand up, take that big step forward, fold forward, bring the hips back, feel that hamstring stretch start to tighten up, get really intense. Try to keep your back straight, take a nice deep breath, extend those arms, really feel gravity pulling down into your hamstring. Maybe if you have tight calves, you're already feeling it in your calves as well. From here, now that you know what that feels like, let's drop a knee down and aim to get to that same amount of stretch or as close to as possible from this knee down position that's a little bit safer. All right, that's it. That's the setup. Let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, remember to breathe, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Remember, you're trying to bring your belly button down to the ground as low as possible. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, man. Okay, hamstring stretch is done. I'm beat. We have 4 more stretches to go. You got this. Whew. All right. Checking the comments. I don't think I see any. If I've missed it, let me know that I missed it. But until I come back to the phone and check that again, we are doing the next stretch. We're doing the butterfly. I recommend doing the butterfly against the wall. And the reason why I recommend you do that, I'm going to open up these curtains so I don't tear them from the attachment point, is because it helps to keep your back straight when your hips, your shoulder, and your head is against the wall, and also gives you something to push against to really open up that groin. All right? So my hips, my shoulder, my head are against the wall. I'm pulling my legs in, my knees are popping up. The butterfly is about opening up the hips and bring your knees down to the ground. What we're going to do from here is we're going to first use our muscles, our outer thigh muscles, our glutes. We're going to contract them and try to open up our hips using muscle power. And it really helps when your head is pushing against the wall to help you flex against something. You're applying pressure to the wall and opening up your hips at the same time. Whew. Okay, if you cannot open your legs any further with muscle power, it's time to use your hands. Apply some additional pressure, and this is where that wall really helps. I'm feeling so much pressure in my head, and I'm able to apply extra power to the legs and really bring them down. All right, we're in position. Let's hold it for 30 seconds. Keep contracting those muscles and applying force to the knees. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Remember you're contracting muscles. 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, let those arms go. Move the legs a little bit, flap those butterflies, and move the legs around. Regain some blood flow. All right. Congratulations, we are done with 2 out of our 5 exercises. Let's continue with number 3, the standing pancake. If you have a really good pancake already and you've been stretching for a long time, then do the variation that makes sense for you. I'm going to start with a more beginner-friendly pancake because that is what I can do. All right, so we're going to do the standing pancake, and I'm going to do it at a diagonal so you can see the angles. What we're going to do is open up our hips as wide as possible. And as soon as it gets uncomfortable, I want you to stop, pause, maybe come up a little bit, and fold at the hips. All right? This is essentially the setup for a pancake. It might be possible that you can, now that you're forward folded, get into a slightly deeper and more open leg position. You can try that if you would like. You can try to put your hands down and give yourself a little bit of support in the front. But I want you to see what this basically looks like. All right, this is it from the side. This is it, facing forward, although I guess you can't see how you're doing, so you'll just have to imagine. From here, we have 2 options. If you are still close to that wall I was just talking about, you can try and see if you can touch your butt to that wall. And if you can, you can't fall backwards, and you're going to be safe if you start going that way, right? And if you start going forwards, hopefully you can catch yourself with your hands. So adds a little bit of safety, makes you a little bit more chill, a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more comfortable. That might help you get a little deeper into the stretch. Next up, you can stick your arms out in front of you. Try to bring the hips back just a bit so you can increase that angle, or I guess is decrease the angle, and feel that intense contraction. Or you can grab your leg and pull yourself down. Whatever you choose to do, let's get into position and go. 30, 29, 28, 27. I forgot to say, we're trying to bring our belly buttons to the ground like always. 23, 22, 21, 20. If it gets too intense, you can always bring your legs together. You can stop pushing your hands out as far. You can change your position. Don't feel bad. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Something I want to point out before we move on to the next exercise is, and I'm going to pull up a chair to demonstrate this, is what we're trying to do might be limited by a whole bunch of different muscles. All right, so what we were just doing was legs all the way out, trying to fold forward at the hips, right? And I get stuck like, a little bit past here. I can't go any deeper because this chair is too tall, and I chose a bad chair for this example. But that's not the point. My point that I'm trying to make is, and I'm going to rotate the chair a little bit more so you can see the angles a little better, is if my legs weren't extended and I was in this position, that same exact folding position, so the angle of my leg to my hip, I can get into no problem. Okay? But as soon as I try to put my toes in the same line as my knees, that height, I'm like stuck up here, right? Like I can't get anywhere. But if I didn't have to extend my knees, I can get into that pancake position, no problem. All right. So I want you, in the comfort of your own home, to sorry, I'm trying to put this ginormous chair away, to experiment and figure out a little bit where you're limited, because everybody's a little bit different. Everybody's got different things that they need a little bit more work on, old injuries, things that have been neglected, and it's important to know that about your own body. All right, that's my TED Talk. Thank you for coming. Don't leave yet. We still have 2 more stretches. We just did the 3rd stretch, the standing pancake, or better pancake if you're really cool with pancakes. The 4th thing that we're going to do is a little bit more chill. We're going to lay down on our backs, and we're doing a pigeon. Okay? Pigeons basically look like this. We're bringing our ankle up to the opposite hip, and we're trying to fold forward. You'll feel the stretch in the glutes. You'll feel the stretch in the hips, maybe along this leg muscle. Depends on how flexible you are and where you got issues. All right, I'm going to kick that water bottle out of the way, and let's get into position. My knees are a little bit achy, and so I have been doing this on my back so that I have a lot of control of the motion. What that looks like is we're going to take the leg we want to stretch, we're going to cross it over to the opposite knee, going to reach the arms through and pull everything towards us. All right, that's pretty much it. Hold steady pressure for 30 seconds and don't get too relaxed. Don't take a nap. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Whew, okay. Man, I'm super sweaty right now. All right, let's switch to the other side. Do the same thing on the other leg. Actually, that was my bad leg, and I did it with the hug. So I'm going to switch to the other side and do it in pancake. Pancake. I'm going to do it as a pigeon. And pigeon is a name you can easily Google if you are realizing I have done a bad job of informing you what we're doing. All right, we're going to bring this leg, and the ankle is going to run across our body. And again, we're trying to bring that ankle up to our opposite hip. And from here, I want you to fold at the hip, relax into the stretch as low as you can go. Try to keep your hips low to the ground. Try to keep your chest low to the ground. Just put some weight in this hip joint and relax here. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Whew. All right, that's it. We are done with the pigeon and figure fours. It's time for the side split stretches. I'm going to come in real quick and check the time. Ooh, we are running long. It's 29 minutes. I've been talking a ton today. What are we learning here? Tiro, this is a workout follow-on live stream. That is correct, Foxy Roxy. Thank you. We are doing 3 warm-ups, 5 stretches, and we're about to do the 5th stretch, which is side splits. All right? I'm going to teach you how to set up in a relatively safe and easy way. And let's do it. Let's go. So if you have that back wall, once again, I recommend you stand about 1 foot in front of the wall, 30 centimeters or so, just enough so that if you stick your butt back, you can touch the wall, and if you fall back, you won't get hurt because the wall will catch you. All right, from here, we're going to set this up very similar to how we set up the standing pancake. First, we're going to let our legs open up nice and wide, and as soon as it gets uncomfortable in the hips, I want you to stop and try to fold forward so that you can put your hands down like you're about to do a push-up. All right? From here, with the weight in your hands, I want you to keep wiggling a little bit and see if you can get deeper into the stretch. But Next up, I want you to rotate the legs so that your heels are on the ground, your toes are up, your knees are up, and your quads are all pointing up. I want you to do that on both sides. So your left leg and your right leg, your heel is down, okay? From here, you should find that suddenly you can get a little bit deeper into your stretch if you have the flexibility for that. And that's it. We're in a deep side split. If this is as deep as you want to go, you can stop right here and we'll just hang out here. And the longer you hang out here, the more intense your stretch. Awesome, good for you. If you want to try to get into a deeper position, you can walk your hands back towards your hips. The more your hands are back towards your hips, the more body weight is going to be right over your muscles that are getting stretched. All right? And that means you have a higher likelihood of getting into a deeper stretch. All right, that's as deep as I'm going to go. So let's start at 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Walk those push-up hands forward. Roll your legs out from that intense stretch. Come to your knees if you need to, but shake out those legs. Relax. Move a little bit. In the side split position, everything starts getting tight and stiff and really hard to move. So take a couple of seconds to undo that intense tension. Wiggle, relax. Whew. When we do stretches, a lot of the time we find ourselves in positions where like, I can't move. I'm completely stuck. This is way too hard. The goal is to be able to relax at that exact position at some point in the future, right? So the more relaxed your body is in general, the easier it will be neurologically to relax when we're in a difficult actual position. And it's really hard to notice the difference unless you've really been training. And I can't promise you that I noticed a difference. But the neuroscience says all of your tightness, or a lot of your tightness, is your brain subconsciously not believing you can control a position. And you just have to prove to your body over and over and over and over again that you can safely get into and out of a position. And then eventually your brain goes, okay, fine. I believe you now. It's true. Anyways, let's get into the second side split. Same thing. Stand slightly in front of a wall. And if you can touch your butt to it when you lean forward, great. Keeps you safe, keeps you from falling and getting hurt. And let's open those legs up nice and wide. Relax into a deep open leg position. As soon as it gets uncomfortable, fold at the hips. Get into this push-up position. Externally rotate the legs so that your heels are up, your heels are down. Heels are down, toes are up, knees are up, quads are up. And let the weight of your body pull you into a deeper side split position. Walk your hands towards your hips, see if you can get more weight. If you're feeling like it's possible, you might be able to get a little bit more. Try to wiggle from side to side to see if you can get some power to remove that friction in your heels. And that's it. I'm as deep as I can get, so I hope you are too. Let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, push up position, bring the legs together, come out of that position however you can. Relax those legs, do some little light kicks, do a little bit of tap dancing. This is a horrible representation of tap dancing. But shake it out, relax a little bit. We're going to rest for 30 more seconds. and then gonna finish up with our third side split stretch. A whole bunch of people are in right now. If you have never followed before, we do 30 minutes or so of side split stretching every single day, starting about half an hour ago. And we do this to practice consistency, to build a little community. So if you haven't introduced yourself, feel free to introduce yourself in the chat, and to make a little bit of progress towards our side split goals. Whew! If you have not yet, hit follow and subscribe and get notified so that you can come back to all of the future lives and make a little bit of progress in your lower body mobility and your side splits. All right, let's go. Round 3, side splits. If you have a wall behind you, stand 1 foot, 30 centimeters-ish in front of the wall so that if you fall backwards, the wall will catch you. Next up, open up the legs as wide as you can. When it gets uncomfortable, stop. You can come up a little bit if you want. Fold at the hips. Put your hands down like you're about to do a push-up. All right? From here, externally rotate the legs so that the heel is down and your toes are up, your knee is up, your quads are all pointing up. From here, walk your hands back slowly and see if putting more weight in your hips helps bring your legs further apart into a side split position. You might realize one side is easier to get deeper than the other because my left leg just moved a ton and my right leg didn't move at all. And from here, if you feel like there might be a little bit more, you can try wiggling from side to side just a little bit to see if you can beat friction. And that's it. Let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23. Remember to breathe. Breathing helps you relax. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. Crawl your hands forward in that push-up position. Wiggle, bounce, jump, whatever you gotta do. Bring your legs out of that side split position. Whew. Do a little bit of jogging in place. Shake that leg out. Kick it around. Get some blood flowing so that your legs start working again. I'm gonna do some mini squats. Ooh, my ankles are kind of tight. Mini squats. And that's it. We are done. We've wrapped up. Congratulations. You have done the entirety of the warm-up. I did a bunch of explaining, and I tried to throw in some fun jokes throughout. I hope you were wildly entertained. But if not, I tried my best. All right. That's it for today. Thank you so much for coming in to practice consistency, joining in on the community. We had a whole bunch of people who asked questions today, which is really cool. Tira Roblox asked, what are we learning here? Tina, welcome back. The FW said, I'm not doing that about something that we did today, which is hilarious. And totally fine. Like, don't feel pressure to do something just because I think is more fun. And Jitendra, Kuchuk, Asya. Welcome, everybody. If you have not subscribed or followed, please hit those buttons. Help me grow the channel and help more people do side splits and practice consistency. I'm checking to see if there's any other chats to address on the other lives, and it doesn't seem like it. So that's it. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I hope you had fun practicing for the side splits, doing a little bit of side split stretching and mobility stretching. And I hope you had enough fun that you'll come back and join me again. All right, that's it for today. I hope you had a wonderful day.